We continue learning Kitzur Yomi, the halachas of Kriya Shema. We're in the middle of Siman Yud Zayin, and we're up to Siv Ches. Says the Kitzur, when you say Ani Hashem Elokeichem, Yomer Miyad Gam Teves Emes. You say Ani Hashem Elokeichem Emes, even though Emes is not part of that pasuk. Emes, as we've seen, is part of Emes V'yatziv. Shalhavsik Beinam. You don't want to have any interruption between Ani Hashem Elokeichem and Emes. Kama Sheikh Sibar Aimer Kain V'chayzer V'aimer. Then after Sheikh Sibar says it, he says again Hashem Elokeichem Emes. Everyone should have in mind the Shema Shalosh Tevos. It'll be a Sheikh Sibar and hear these three words. You need these extra three words to complete the 248 words in Kriya Shema. Now, why do you need 248? Because that's Keneged the 248 Avarim in the body. Keneged Ramach Avarim Sheba Adam. And if you're missing, then Hashem Yirachim, you're missing one of your limbs. Then you go straight into V'yativ. You should not say emes again. God, the trustworthy king. Lahashlim. Why? Because you want to have those extra three words. Minyan Ramach. Siftes. If you made a hefsek, Dainu min Shema Yisrael ad al haaretz. End of the second parsha. Machmas Ainish Sheyumuch Lavsik Yad to. If you had to use the bathroom, or you waited too long, then you got to go back to the beginning of Shema. Let's say you said Shema already. For whatever it's reason, maybe it's cause you wanted to make the Zman, it's a late minyan. Now they're saying it again. Or let's say you stam. It's a later minyan and you already davened. Now you're learning. Sarach likras imam gam kol kriya shema. So the yeret should never appear. Kilina rotz lekabel amach shamayim im chaver. You don't want it to seem as if you're not being mekabel the yoke of heaven. Lekabel schar b'kar b'Torah. When you get schar, as if you read the Torah v'adin. And Mubeis Aginaz says, and you're learning when you're able to. Same thing that you should say Shema when they get up to him. If you did not yet say Shema, then let's say you're learning before davening, and let's say there's an early minyan. So now they're saying Shema, you have to say Shema with them, but you want to say Shema together with the bracha, together with the minyan. So have in mind to not be you could say it again afterwards with the brachas. Anything else the Sibra is saying going. You stay with them. You never want to separate yourself from the tzibur. And now we go straight into Siman Yud Ches, the halachas of the Shemonah Esrai itself. Zman Tfilas HaShachar. What is the time for Shemonah Esrai? Mitzvah sa gan she'aschal b'nei tzacham b'dachsav yirachem shamesh v'yavedim mitzvalel. And b'diyavid, if you didn't daven lachar shalom but shachar, if you davened earlier than Nates, but after Alois, Yatza, this of course where it comes from. The V'shasat Chag, you could daven from Alois, but again, the Lechatchila is Nates. V'nimshach Zmana, the Zman goes at Shosha Yom. As we've seen in the previous parak, we saw that Zman Kriya Shema is a quarter of the day. And Zman Tefillah is a little bit later, is a Shlisha Yom. It's usher to daven later. But the evidence for whatever reason you messed up. You don't get the reward of davening at the right time. Still, if it's after chatzos, there's always you can fix it. And he verbs in Chaval, we're going to get to the concept of Tashlumim that you'll dive to Minchas. When you got the Tilas Kel Elyon before Shemonah Esrai, might stand up. You have in mind is that get ready to dive in Shemonah Esrai. You get rid of all the phlegm and slime from your nose and your throat. Anything that messes up your concentration. You take 3 steps back, and then and after Gal Yisrael, you take your 3 steps forwards. derech kira v'agash l'melech, if you're approaching with love and trepidation to the king. Lo yasik and Gal Yisrael Shmoneh Esrei sham mikaheftik afilu kadosh kedusha baruch hu. You don't say anything between Gal Yisrael and Shmoneh Esrei. Nishach lahasl gula tefillah. V'toiv sheyisamtzin l'gmar berachas Gal Yisrael. You should synchronize the finishing of Gal Yisrael and Mashiach Sibur b'shaveh. Ki im yigmar tchila. If you finish Gal Yisrael first, and then Rachel Sheikh Sibur, and you hear the Sheikh Sibur finish, now you have a problem. Yisafik. Do you answer Amen? You have a Savi Yana Mina Rachel Sheikh Sibur Oyloi. And therefore, you should not get yourself into that suffix to those that the Sheikh Sibur says it quietly. But the Kitzur Paskins, and what's the best? It's a bracha with the Sheikh Sibur, and that is what the Kitzur says you should do. Similarly, you don't finish Gal Yisrael, then Mutar Lahavsik, K'moi B'shar Makkah Ben Barak LeBarak. Koydim Shmoneh Esrei Omer HaPasuk. What do we say? Hashem Sivasai Tiftach Ufi Agiti L'Secha. Ve'inoi Hefsek. The pasuk is not a hefsek. Why? Ki Ushach L'Tfila. Because it was instituted to be part of Shmoneh Esrei. Aval Pasuk Yishem Shemekra. The Kitzur Paskins Lo Yomer. One should not say it. No 14 points out from the Torah that it's a minhag ki musaf u'mincha Yomer Koydem Hashem Sivasai Tiftach, but not by Shachris. Why? Because it would be a hefsek. But by mincha one could. We'll pick it up from Sif Gimel B'siyata Dishmaya.